Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Skintelligent Sundays podcast. I'm your host, Lakeisha, aka Morgan, and today's episode is a very special one because it's our official celebrating 50th episode. 50 episodes of learning our skin, unlearning misinformation, and choosing to care for ourselves with intention, especially when it comes to melanin skin. This platform was created to educate, empower, and create a safe conversation around skin health. Today's guest truly reflects that mission. To mark this milestone, I wanted to bring on someone who is deeply rooted in education, global experience, and skin health for all complexions, especially deeper tones. Today, I'm joined by Rania Farhana, an international Toronto-based medical esthetician, beauty educator, and skincare professional who is passionate about helping people truly understand their skin. Rania works with diverse skin types and complexions and is especially intentional about educating clients and practitioners on treating melanin skin safely, confidently, and correctly. Her work bridges science, education, and real-world practice, which is exactly what we value here on the Skintelligent Sundays podcast. So, Rania, welcome to the 50th episode, and I'm so grateful to have you here.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for being my first ever podcast. I get to be a guest on.
Yay! All right. So here at the Skintelligent podcast, we just love to dive right in. So let's go ahead and do so, okay?
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right. So to start us off, I'd love for you to share a little bit about your journey. What inspired you to step into aesthetics? Did your international experience shape the way you approach skincare today?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my journey as an international esthetician has taught me that skin isn't just about technique. It's about culture, environment, and just basically understanding how different complexions respond to care. Because I live in Toronto, Canada, we are known for being so diverse in culture, food, and just people. And so working with clients from multiple backgrounds helped me see and understand deeper complexions are in the beauty industry, and it kind of pushed me to specialize in safe, corrective, and evidence-based treatments designed for deeper skin tones. And it's why education is the core of my work, because obviously we see social media, we see how makeup industries and skincare lines kind of don't really think about us in a way when they're formulating their products or ingredients, and not taking proper education as to understanding that, you know, people who are on the Fitzpatrick scales of like 4 to 5 to 6 don't always are best suited for certain treatments as opposed to the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. So that's why I think education is so important, and why my role as a Guyanese Canadian esthetician is so important to have my place in this industry.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
The Fitzpatrick scale, I mean, it's just not a lot of the products and a lot of the skincare treatments, you know, they're not really designed for melanin skin, but we're going to get into all that. Okay. All right. And one thing you did mention, something that we both do care about deeply, is education.
Education,
especially
100%.
For melanin skin. So
100%.
from your perspective, why do you think skincare education for melanin skin is still so limited, overlooked in this industry? And are there any gaps that you've seen from both a provider side and a client side?
I think skincare education for skin tones on the Fitzpatrick scales 4, 5 to 6s is still limited, because I think most textbooks, if you look at textbooks, if you go to like libraries, treatment guidelines and like early research were built around lighter skin tone, especially for thinking about years before diversity in skincare makeup was actually really pushed on to these companies. A lot of the industries, obviously, as we already know, it still relies on outdated training models that don't really address melanin biology, inflammation patterns, or how certain treatments behave differently on deeper tones. And as a result, practitioners are often undertrained, not because they don't care, but because the system doesn't acknowledge them from the start.
Yeah. I agree. With that, the training is definitely needed.
Uh,
We're different.
yeah,
We have
we
different
are.
tones, we have different textures.
Hmm.
Overall, we're just different, and there is definitely more sense of training needed in this area.
Yes.
So, but I've also noticed a lot of fear when it comes to melanin clients seeking professional treatments, fear of like
Hmm.
burning, hyperpigmentation, scarring, etc. In your
Yes.
experience, how does misinformation contribute to that fear? And what are some of the biggest myths you wish people would let go of?
This gap in education leads to obviously misinformation, right? And
Correct.
misinformation obviously creates fear. And so people with deeper complexions often hear that, lasers aren't safe, peels are too harsh, or they're too sensitive for certain treatments. When in reality, the issue is inexperienced practitioners using the wrong protocols and industries like big, corporate beauty chains using influencers to promote their beauty products when they
Yeah.
really and be given a script, a protocol, what to say. And even like recently, they're now putting fake acne on their skin and using a product and saying that, oh,
Wow.
in 7 days, acne will go away by using this product. And
Wow.
so
Wow.
having untrained practitioners and also untrained beauty professionals in such large markets like social media, um, clients don't really know what's true because you get influencers who get like over 500,000 likes, millions of views. And then you also have the actual dermatologist, the doctor, the esthetician who are actually giving real information, but they're sitting at 100 likes or
Yeah.
like barely enough thousand views, right? And so when you have those challenges in this industry, clients don't really know what's true and they avoid actual treatments that actually help them. And they listen to the people who majority thinks is best in education, which is the influencer versus the actual person who practices and went to school for this beautiful industry. So yeah.
Right. Right. No, I agree. And speaking of content or influencers, there was something on TikTok about there was a guy going around saying like, "Oh, well, how much do you make and what do you do?" And there
Mhm.
was an influencer on there who made $350,000. And
Wow.
then there was a doctor who
Wow.
actually made $150,000 to 200, I think, something like that. I'm like,
That is
whoa,
crazy.
right? I'm like, whoa, a person who has went to school, who's been trained, done all these years, makes less than an influencer.
Yeah,
That's the world we are living in right now, people. So
unfortunately.
don't believe the hype, okay? Don't believe
No,
the
definitely
hype,
not.
and don't everything that looks good typically probably isn't. So,
Yes.
all right. So, well, let's talk about melanin itself.
Ooh.
Ooh, I know, right? So, what makes deeper skin tones physiologically unique and beautiful? And why is it so important for practitioners to truly understand this before treating melanin skin?
Melanin skin is actually incredibly resilient, and that's what not a lot of people talk about.
Mm,
The melanin structure is designed to protect the skin from UV damage, reduce signs of aging, and respond to healing. But the same protective melanin also requires quickly to inflammation, which is why hyperpigmentation happens so easily for especially our Fitzpatrick's 4, 5, and 6s.
right.
And so this doesn't really make deeper skin difficult. It makes it very unique. When you respect melanin biology, the results are unmatched,
Mhm.
especially because we live in such diverse countries where immigrants totals are always rising. You need to understand that those are your demographics that will really help your business, but it'll also help people feel more loved and respected, and also helps get rid of the conversation of people have really colorist ideas. It really also helps in a more political standpoint as well. So when you are helping people who are deeper skin tones and actually really studying the biology, it makes it really powerful because you get so much clientele and you get so much people in your room booked with you, which also helps your business, but also helps stop the conversation of colorism and insecurities and make people more abrasive and confident in their own deeper skin tones.
Yeah, yeah. And, and that brings me to, even from the safety aspect of it,
Yeah.
far as, people will have more reassurance, right? People
Yes.
get more reassurance when they know they know what you know what you're doing.
Yes.
The biologic behind, melanin skin and so forth. So, and speaking of safe professional treatments, which is a very important topic, there's a belief about melanated skin that we cannot receive professional treatments. But we both know that's not true when it's done correctly.
Yes.
So can you walk us through a safe professional treatment, what it really looks like for deeper skin tones, and what should people be cautious about?
Honestly, there's just so many. There's actually so much treatment specifically for our NDAs, 5s and 6s, and even 4s. I would say correctively selected chemical peels for sure. Very superficial, like lactic acid, mandelic acid, and modified Jessner peelings are actually really great for a lot of melanin skin, from what I've experienced as my time as an esthetician and continuing practice. Laser hair removal, believe it or not, a lot of people with darker skin tones don't believe that they're qualified for laser hair removal, which is not true. We have NDA technology, which targets oxyhemoglobin, which actually removes the hair follicle. So it's actually very much safe for you, without destroying your melanin production. Hydration-based facials like pore extractions, microdermabrasion, a steam room, things, even like deep exfoliation products. Those are also very safe for us. LED light therapy, where it's using wavelengths to target collagen production to boost collagen production and kill any acne bacteria causing cells. Texture treatments that obviously avoid inflammation. I think the key is not avoiding treatments, is just choosing the right settings, the right formulations, and a practitioner who actually understands melanin.
Right. And I was actually going to reinforce that too. You have to make sure that you have a practitioner who knows and who has studied melanin skin. And 100%. Also get references too, word of mouth. Word of mouth is great. Like, ask your friends, who they've gone to. Talk to people, I think that is key. So, all right. Well, you've worked in this field long enough to see patterns, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are some common mistakes you see practitioners make when treating melanin skin? Are there any red flags clients should be aware of when choosing an esthetician or even a provider?
I think the biggest mistake is treating deeper complexions exactly like lighter ones. Mm-hmm. That is so the major big mistake. That means like using overly aggressive exfoliation, high intensity energy devices, or peels that's not suited for Fitzpatrick types 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Another mistake is treating the symptom like hyperpigmentation without addressing the inflammation that caused it. And I think a very most common mistake that I've seen so many as a esthetician clinic directors make is that not enough education during and before after the treatment. So I see a lot of aesthetic clinics where they hire a team, but they don't do like the weekly or the monthly meeting where the clinic trainer or the corporate trainer, I guess you can say, the psych trainer. And they're not actually having a conversation about, okay, so what client have you had? What questions have they asked? How did you answer it? And then here's how we can actually correct it. So actually science says X, Y, and Z. And having that weekly, monthly check-in within your team would actually be very beneficial because the beauty industry science is always changing. We're 2025, moving on to 2026, where technology is actually getting so much better and it's getting so much more inclusive for people like us. And so without having those conversations on a weekly or monthly or even on a daily basis, preferably, really does stunt the esthetician's growth. And it also damages the reputation of your clinic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you hit on some really good points there.
Yeah.
Continuing education, staying, abrupt about what's going on in the industry, and just continuing education. That is definitely important.
Yes.
So, all right. And one thing I am a big advocate of, and I'm pretty sure you are,
Yes.
is client advocacy or self-advocacy,
Yes.
right? So for someone with a deeper skin tone that's listening right now, how can they advocate for themselves in the treatment room? And what type of questions should they be asking before saying yes to a service?
Honestly, the consultation is the best time to actually ask all of your questions.
Right.
If you are a client and you have issues like acne, hyperpigmentation, scarring, or even collagen production issues, you should honestly don't go into your consultation just blindly being like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and they're going to tell me what's best for me. And then I just pay my money and then I go. It's not,
Right.
I don't want people to, those clients have this, that idea. Come in questions, come with prepared, come with research a website. Every aesthetic business has a website with their services. So obviously look through the website, understand it, ask questions, figure out what is best for you, and then come into that final treatment plan. And so I guess experience questions would be like, what experience do you have with my skin tone?
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
How much clients of me do you see? What's your percentage of clientele of your NDA sixes or your fives or your fours? How much percentage of those clienteles are actually diverse?
Mm-hmm.
And then when a treatment plan is finalized, ask, why did you choose this treatment for me? Why is chemical peels better when I see microneedling there? That's most popular. If microneedling is the popular one, why am I not getting microneedling? Why are you giving me chemical peels?
Question.
What are the risks for my complexion? Like, and how do you avoid them? So like, let's say my skin flares up. Let's say I get very red. What are you going to do with my redness? If I pigment again, what are you going to do to fix the pigment balance and evening out my skin complexion? What ingredients are in this peel? Actually ask what kind of ingredients are in this chemical peel, or what's in the, I don't know, hyaluronic acid, if you're not familiar with hyaluronic acid. I really ask questions and ask, like, how does it work in my skin? Like, okay, I get it. Hyaluronic acid helps with hydration, fine lines, and it's like water to the skin. But what does it actually do? You put on my skin and what does it do? Right? If a practitioner can't answer these confidently, that's a sign to kind of pause on treatment and actually look around and do many consultations. Consultations are always free for aesthetic businesses. They typically always are. And so, ask around and find the right esthetician for you, because advocacy isn't really confrontation. It's just protecting your skin. And so just ask around and eventually you find your SD bestie, as I say.
That's a good one. SD bestie. I might have to steal that one. But no, to our point, the consultation is your time.
Yes.
This is your time. Because I've seen so many times where they've had a consultation and they're calling back, asking more questions and not quite sure, if they should do it or not.
Yes.
That is where the consultation is, where you should ask all of your questions. Don't be afraid. Mm-hmm. This is your skin. This is your life. Ask away. Don't be afraid.
100%.
All right. Well, one thing I love is asking questions about personal philosophy. Okay.
Yes.
So when it comes to caring for skin, my personal philosophy is love the skin that you're in. That's one that I live by. So, and my book actually has that in there. But what is your personal philosophy when it comes to caring for skin? I guess in general, or you can make it especially about melanin-rich skin when you're educating your clients. So you can go either way, just in general, probably.
I'm still in creation of my own business. So I'm actually leaving, working under somebody and, working with myself, for myself, and actually working for people and clients, and not looking at the money aspect and the sales aspect, but also, mostly looking at the confidence and the self-esteem and boosting skin health. And so I'm creating my service menu, and I'm calling it the Rania Farhana method. And the Rania Farhana method states, protect the skin, always educate first.
That is good.
So protect the skin first, educate always. Because at the end of the day, we all go through the trap of doom scrolling on social media, and we see so much content where it's crazy. We all doom scroll for hours, and then we realize, wow, it's 3 a.m. I should be asleep right now.
Right. How did we get here? Like, really? How did we get here?
Like, really? How did we get here? Like, I hear birds chirping. I didn't sleep yet. That's crazy. Anyways, I think the message here is like, when we doom scroll is we see a influencer person that says, oh, this is really great for your skin. It has this, this, and this is why you should need it. And then you scroll again and someone says, no, this is not great for your skin. This is why you shouldn't use it. And there's just so much misinformation, so much piggybacking, so much back and forth. And I think the philosophy is always, always, always protect your skin first, educate always. Do not try something because an influencer is influencing you to buy a product or purchase something, because at the end of the day, they only care about their commissions. They don't really care about you as a viewer. And so doing education, taking advantage of those free consultations, asking every single esthetician in your local area, in your neighborhood, even if you have to go an hour away beyond your city, go for it. Educate yourself, because there's always an esthetician for somebody. You just have to find the one that makes you feel confident, cared for, and also make you looking like your absolute best, of course.
I agree. All right. Yeah, it's influencers. That's their job. That's their job. So they are here to influence you to buying this product or whatever they're selling. Yeah. So definitely do your research about that, okay, people? All right. So
please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap things up here, okay?
Let's do it.
What is one message you want listeners with melanin skin to walk away with after hearing this conversation?
Melanin skin is not a challenge. Please don't ever look at your skin and feel insecure or feel like, oh, it's not best suited for me because I was born in this skin. It's not. It's a science. Always keep that in mind. It is a science. And when the science is understood, deeper complexions respond so beautifully. Mm-hmm. And don't let misinformation, fear, or, outdated education hold you back and, from feeling confident in your skin and loving who you are, right? You deserve treatment options that honor your complexion. And, as always, this is the Rania Farhana method I'll go back to. Protect the skin first, educate always.
That literally hits my soul.
It hits my soul too, as somebody who grew up insecure about their skin and culture, and having a lot of identity crisis going up. I think a major reason for that is social media and influencers, and hierarchy, basically a social hierarchy. But as you go older and then you realize being in this industry is actually so much more beautiful for people like our Fitzpatrick's 4 and 5s and 6s. And so just giving a big shout out to them and making sure science and holding people accountable to the science of understanding our complexion is very important. All
right. With that being said, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your heart, your experience with us today. Tell the people where they can find you.
So you can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and in 2026, YouTube eventually, at Rania Farhana, where I will be unleashing a whole bunch of content. I am starting my series called Beauty Bench, which
Yay.
basically, and I'm super excited to release my series called Beauty Bench in 2026. January 7th is the release date.
Okay.
And so I'm super excited. Basically, Beauty Bench is just about talking about beauty myths and challenges in the beauty industry and bringing that authority back to the licensed practitioners who actually invested money and time to fully educate ourselves on this industry and being a medical esthetician, as it is something you have to go to school for, otherwise you will not be hired.
Right. Right.
So it's just bringing back the authority to us and being your digital ST bestie right here in Toronto, Canada, and around the world. So yeah.
All right. Well, this conversation was so needed. Really?
100%.
Oh my God.
I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much, Lakeisha.
Yeah, no problem. And I know this is going to help so many people feel more confident and more informed about their skin.
Oh, for sure.
So to everyone listening, thank you for rocking with me for 50 episodes of the Skintelligent Sundays podcast. This platform exists because you show up, you ask questions, and you choose to care for your skin with intention. And if this episode resonated with you, be sure to share it with someone who needs this information. And as always, stay curious, stay educated, and stay skin intelligent. See you next Sunday.